So tonight, for the first time, I went to the Women's ItaloAmerican Civic League meeting. I've been a member for a while, but somehow got lost in the shuffle. So tonight, it was the May meeting, was pizza at a pavilion and Pictionary. And I was really nervous because I've been kind of antisocial, which I know is like the plague of my generation, but also just with some things going on in life. So I was nervous to meet people. I was nervous to get out of the car when I got there. The first woman I met was like your typical Italian American, like stereotype that you have in your mind from like Queens, but a little more like Western US. Her name was Marianne. And then I went to the pavilion and sat down, and the first woman I actually started talking with, her name was Carmela, which made me laugh because I sat down and I introduced myself, and she's like, "I love the name Stephanie. That was my confirmation name." I'm like, very 80s, right? But and then I said, "I love the name Carmela. I got a terracotta pot this weekend that I just named Zia Carmela." So like we totally have a connection. We bonded. But it was so fun. A lot of the women there were older. There were a few people around my age or in their 30s. And I loved it so much. And not all the members were there. It was just so fun. There was, like, we ate their pizza. We played Pictionary, like Italian theme words, easy, medium, and hard. Like stealing points from each other. And then there was a 50-50 raffle, which I have not done one of those since I lived in Michigan. And when I sat down, it reminded me of all of these Italian American traditions that I didn't really grow up with, only when I visited my grandma down in southern Michigan, because we didn't really have them in northern Michigan, but ones I had with my family. Like the first thing I was asked was, "What parish are you from?" Which is so funny because living in Utah, it's always like, "What ward do you go to?" for Mormons. And I have been taking OCIA classes, so I told them the parish and where I lived. And then and then they started talking about like gambling. "Do you like going to Wendover to the casino?" And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so Italian American coded. Like I used to play cards at my grandma's house with my great uncles. Sometimes when my great grandma was there, and like we would play progressive rummy or other card games, but always for money. I remember like when I was 8 years old, I lost and they took my money. Like my great uncles took my money. My Uncle Joe, my Uncle Mike. And I was like, the 8-year-old is supposed to always get the money, even if you win. Like, isn't that a rule? Like kids win and get the money. So I don't know, it just reminded me of that. And then the lady had to leave and gave me her 50-50 tickets. We got consolation prizes for our Pictionary score. And like one of the coordinators, she brought her baby, I think she was like 4 or 6 months old, squishiest thighs ever. And like it just felt like the women that are the village that help other women like raise each other, passing the baby around. Someone, Marianne, said her father just died and was so grateful for people stepping in to help at the funeral. It just felt like such a community. And I have been so Italian obsessed, not forcefully, it's just like sort of my identity right now, that I kind of forgot about the Italian American side of things, apart from like research, the actual culturalisms, and it just felt so good to connect. I can't wait. I won't be at the next meeting, but definitely in July I'll go. These are women I want to spend my time with. They were so fun, and it was just such like a loving, warm environment. And they're people like I feel like I could learn from. Like one of the team's name was Strega Nonna. Like the granny witches, because they were all like senior citizens. They were so cute. They named themselves that. Anyway, it was really good. I'm so glad I went. I never regret being social, and I definitely don't this time. But I don't know if this exists all over the country, but if it does, definitely get involved. It was so much fun.